What's up, everyone? So, 2020 is right around the corner, and I know everybody has their New Year's resolutions. And what I want you to do, comment below, let me know what your New Year's resolution is. So, I want to give you some tips and strategies on how to help you through your process. And not only am I going to give those to you, I'm going to put myself on the hot seat and let you know what I have going on in my life. And so, first off, when you're getting ready for a goal, you want to get very specific on what your goal is, what you're looking to obtain. And what I'm personally trying to do is I want 20 new paying clients. I want to help 1,000 people. And I also want to finish my book. And the book is going to be a Greatness Within book. I don't exactly know what the title is going to be yet. I'm in the process of figuring that out. Uh, Helping 1,000 people. What I mean by that is I want 1,000 people to actually have said, this person has helped me through my journey in one way or another. And the 20 clients that I'd be working with, those 20 clients are going to be working with me consistently, and they're just going to upgrade in their game. That's what I'm about, is upgrading you mentally, physically, emotionally, so you can create the impact that you know you were meant to create. And after you get specific on that, what your goals are, then it's about visualizing the goal. And when I visualize it, I see myself going through my process. I see the people that I'm helping in my process. I see myself doing the actions that I have to do to make this process a reality. I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it, I can touch it. It's already happened in my head. I already know that I'm there, and I know how I feel after I'm done with the process. And it's a fun, joyous process because I'm giving to my community, and honestly, them succeeding really just gives back to me. That's what it's about, is when you see someone succeed, you succeed in a way too. And it actually keeps you even more accountable to your life, because I can't coach people on their life if I'm not coaching myself. If I'm telling everybody, hey, you need to do this, 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 and this, and I'm not following the strategy, well, that is kind of oxymoronic, and it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very contradictory, and I don't want to be that person. So that actually helps me stay on top of my game as well. And what I also see is everything just coming together in alignment and just enjoying the process, really having a lot of fun with the process. Now, the other piece to that is, even though you're visualizing the positive, you want to visualize the negative too. What happens if that doesn't happen for you? Where do you go from there? And if it doesn't happen, I see myself honestly being optimistic and figuring out a way to make it happen faster. I have trouble not seeing it happen, if that makes any sense. I'm very optimistic that way. It's hard for me to really see failure because I've trained myself not to see it. It's not to say that it can't happen. It's just to say that when I'm in my zone, when I'm in my mode, it's 100%. But let's just say, for talking sake, that in your head you visualize it not happening for you. What do you do? What are your pain points from that not coming to fruition? And my pain point would be, I didn't help enough people. I didn't help enough people succeed in the way that I wanted them to succeed in. And so that's where I'm going to gut check myself and figure out how to do it better the next time. Because even if you don't succeed at your goals, it doesn't mean that you just quit on your goals. It just means, how do I get better at implementing my goal? That's the only thing that can happen with that. So when you're done with those two, you're visualizing the positive, you're visualizing the negative. All right. After you do that, then it comes down to really seeing, what strategies do you have to put in place? What do you have to put together to make this a real thing? And what I have right now, I have a team that I'm working with, which is very nice. I have someone helping me with my logo. I have a business coach who's helping me in that process. I have people in place to help me get really specific, actionable steps that I can take to make this a reality. And the cool part is, my business coach is not only a business coach, she is a copywriter and she is an author as well. So that's even better for me because while I'm writing my book, I'm doing it with someone who has already done that several times, which is nice. Her name's Aisha Cogborn, by the way. So if you ever need a business coach, I would highly recommend her. All right, so you're going through that process, putting everything together. All right, taking those steps, getting your strategy in place. And what I'm doing with my strategy is it's going to be social media. It's going to be talking directly with people that I know, and it's going to be connecting with new people. It's going to be me actually getting up on stages, letting people know what my story is and how I can help them and why I'm an expert in what I do. What makes me an expert to be able to really help this transformational process that people are looking to go through? And how can I help them with their pain? And I'm going to tighten that story up. I'm going to get on the stages. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to let them know why my 6 steps to greatness will help them in their process. And I'm just going to have a fun time. Honestly, I'm going to make a lot of friendships through this process. I've actually made a lot of friendships through this process and before this process. As I go through it, everything gets tighter and everything gets better. So I'm excited for 2020 because the sky's really there. Honestly, there is no limit. You can just keep going and going and going. If you think big enough, your mind will find a way to get through those barriers. And that's what I always tell people is like, think big, be optimistic, find a way, believe in yourself, believe in what you have, and you will start finding opportunities in places you didn't even know were there before. Be abundant. All right. So after you're done through all of that and you've put it all together, now it's about implementation. It's about taking that action because none of this will work if you're just sitting on the sidelines. And so I love to take action. I've trained myself to take action. Some people, that's kind of hard for them to do. It's a difficult process, especially if they're not used to taking it. And on top of it, if they've taken it before and they haven't succeeded, it gives them that thing in the back of their head saying, well, I've tried it before and it just hasn't worked for me. All right, this is what you do. All right, if you went through those steps, if you really can feel it, what I need you to do is see it as clearly as you possibly can. See it as if it's already there. This is why I talk about I am. I am what? What is at the end of your I am? Because I understand, know your why, and you have to know your why. But you are greatness. You're also a mess up and a screw up too. And that's okay. You're both. Knowing those two things is important. It comes down to the action and the implementation. And the reason I say you're both is because, look, we have the devil and the angel talking to us all the time. And the more we listen to one, the more we're going to default to that one. And you might have defaulted to your devil so many times that you feel like this is just my natural default. And it might be. But this is what you have to remember. Just because you're there doesn't mean you can't change that. Change it. Find a way to change it. Just take it one step at a time. Momentum doesn't just turn into momentum. It's the steps that we take to create momentum. So take it one step at a time and start with that structure that I gave you. So again, we'll go over it really, really quick. It comes down to getting really specific on what you want. Visualizing that specific thing that you want. Visualizing the positives of how you'll feel when you get what you want. Visualizing those negatives if you don't get what you want. Visualizing the negatives doesn't mean that it's over. You can still find new ways to implement. And then it's about getting those specifics, getting the strategy down. What strategies are you going to use? Who do you need on your team to help you get to where you need to go? And then the 5th step, implementation. And there's one more step after that. Repeat it. Because after you implement, nothing happens on a perfect go right away. Just unless you get really super lucky. But most of the time, it's not going to happen on that first try, on that first shot. But you will be better than you were before. That is a part of your transformational process. and you'll know more than you did after. So after you go through that whole cycle, then you repeat it and you do it again and you get a little bit better and a little bit better. And the cool thing about that is when momentum is on your side, then you're going to know, okay, every time I follow these steps, things will come together. Whatever goal you have, it's the same steps every single time. So follow those steps. I want to know how your 2020 is going to go. Comment below. Let me know what you're going to do. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.